Welcome to the water cooler. I'm Roman.
And I'm AJ.
And we're going to talk about fantasy football.
Mainly Dynasty fantasy football.
Sometimes standard league stuff, but not so much. To start off, we'll talk about some recent news. First up, Julio Jones, trade rumors. How do you feel about that, where he's going to go? I'm thinking Tennessee.
I think he's going to go to Tennessee, but I would like to see him on the Raiders out of any team. I think Derek Carr can be an elite quarterback, especially with having Darren Waller, Henry Ruggs, Josh Jacobs that relieves some pressure from him too. It's a solid offensive line too. It's really not that bad. That offense would. Yeah.
They didn't let go a lot of their O-line this offseason though.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw one thing about how Washington was in the mix, but I that one's like I doubt that's gonna happen.
Well, if he would go to Washington, that would destroy Terry's value. I think Terry McLaurin. I don't think he would. I think he would be at that point he'd be a 2, maybe flex play every week. Yeah. I mean you can't add one of the best receivers in the league and expect to get the same production. You know?
I don't know.
Especially from the quarterbacks they have there. I mean, you have Heineke and
Fitzpatrick.
But
yeah, I mean, but Terry plays like the way he did last year, though. He's gonna be a 2. Like I don't know. But I'm pulling for the Titans, honestly, especially with that AJ Brown recruit going on. Dude's like going all in.
As an AJ Brown owner, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
Nah, dude, he's
and as a Julio owner, I don't want him.
Oh yeah, recently acquired Julio.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Joe Burrow has returned to the practice field. Very happy for him.
Yeah,
I think he could have a great season. I really do, especially with his new weapon.
All right, what do you see as Burrow's ceiling this season?
This season?
Yeah, not dynasty wise, like just as a on the field player. Yeah.
It's a toughie. I could see like a. Not like a Herbert last year, honestly, but like around there.
Give give a stat line you have an idea of. I could see around 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 picks around that.
I could see maybe not 30 touchdowns. I could see him like getting the low numbers, but he can definitely hit 4,000 yards.
Dude, if he stays on the field, I mean, because they blew it by not drafting Sewell.
I don't know. I could see like around 25, but I can totally see him passing for 4,000.
But with those weapons, I could totally see it. Because, I mean, Mixon, dude. Like, Mixon's going to have a big year, I think, this year, too.
Dude could get around like 6 rushing touchdowns, too. Like, he's got legs. So, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
But, other than that, Aaron Rodgers is living it up in Hawaii right now. Just not caring about football whatsoever. Living his best life. He's about to play Tom Brady in the match coming up. Gonna lose to him in 2 sports now. So, and then lastly, Jeff Wilson Jr. to miss the start of the season.
Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
Rises tremendously.
49ers did say Wayne Gallman will be their number 2 right now, behind Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, but then talent comes into effect and.
Yeah. Dude, you can't predict that backfield.
You don't.
You never can.
Trey Sermon's more talented than Wayne Gallman. Now we've seen that. Wayne Gallman is not. Wayne Gallman is exactly what he is. He's a guy you plug in when someone goes down for injury. He's not a starting caliber running back whatsoever. And I think they drafted Sermon 3rd round.
I can't even tell you.
I can't even remember. But
oh wait, yeah,
third round. So he has decent draft capital. So.
No, yeah, I definitely think Trey Sermon could be a great back. I really do. I know Wayne Gallman has hit his ceiling. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no.
Raheem Mostert is 29, injury
I think Mostert could be a buy low.
I love Raheem Mostert.
I don't like him. I've never liked him
in
fantasy. No, I think he's too old for me. And the only part of his game that he relies on is his speed and his agility. And he coming off.
I mean, he's fast.
A season like last year. He's fast, but
the start of last season, he was killing it. Like he was
playing well.
He's got talent.
He's talented,
but no, he's at the end.
I think that's a young team. They're not gonna want a 29-year-old going on 30-year-old running the ball.
I mean, there's a reason you draft 2 running backs in a draft.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they drafted.
They could go with a
7th, but
they could go with a committee, much as we would hate to see that.
No, I would definitely. I'm real tired of committee backfield.
Yeah, I think it's gonna shift back to singular running back soon.
I hope so. I mean, the one that I absolutely despise is the Eagles' committee backfield. I do.
I actually despise the Seahawks backfield entirely. Their entire backfield. Rashad Penny's a bum. He can't stay on the field, whether it be injury or his lack of skill. Yeah, I know he was a first-round pick, so he has the draft capital. That's the only reason he's on this team still.
It's kind of a bust, though.
He is an absolute bust. The guy hasn't. He's shown flashes when he's on the field, but
it's like an every now and then thing, though.
And don't get me started on DJ Dallas or Travis Homer or any of those guys. They're depth pieces. That's all they are. Chris Carson's the number one there, and unfortunately, it's looking like Rashad Penny and Chris Carson are going to be carrying the load this season together, collectively.
I mean, I like Chris Carson. I think he's so overvalued, though.
Yeah, but he might be overvalued, like when you're just talking about a pure running back, but fantasy football wise, I think he's literally the perfect value. I drafted him way higher than I would like to say a few years back, around 3 years back in a startup dynasty draft, and he's done nothing but deliver for me. Brought me to 2 championships, so I feel like that's solid enough. Especially, I mean, I drafted him high, and his ADP wasn't until around the 3rd round, so I kind of reached on him a little bit.
When'd you take him?
I took him at the 210.
Ooh.
But this was 2-3 years ago. And I actually took him before Derrick Henry.
I think
this was in my startup draft ever playing Dynasty. So
I've never taken Chris Carson in a draft once. That's just like I wanted him in the standard, but I had no interest taking him in the Dynasty just because I really don't know where he's going. I don't know like if he has.
I think he's the ultimate buy low right now at this point.
Yeah, I'd buy him low, 100%. But he's not a guy I would reach for,
I wouldn't draft him until probably if he fell to me at like the 6th or 7th round. I probably still wouldn't even touch him.
No discredit. I think he's a great bag, but
I don't think he's more than a flex play this season.
For a startup dynasty, I really don't think he's got that much of a future.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely not. That's why I would say 6th, 7th, maybe even 8th round if he falls to you. I think Mike Davis could be a sneaky player this year as well.
This year, yeah.
But not dynasty wise. Like if you're a winning team and you need a guy that's you can plug into
like
the
a
flex,
win now situation.
Yeah, win now situation. He's the guy to go to. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know because we don't know with the Falcons what's going to happen with them this year. But
no, they cleaned house on their running backs, half of them at least.
Yeah. Well,
but I don't know.
We'll see. Mike Davis is a solid player and he can catch the ball. So that's exactly what you want in that kind of play. I think he could have a.
That last season was really just his only good season.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. I mean, it's a risky pick, but then again, it's not because take him
look at me.
late.
I got him in the 20th round in its dynasty startup.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can get him with that kind of,
if you get him that late, it's not risky at all. I mean, you use that pick pretty wisely. He could be great this year. He could absolutely.
And if he is terrible, I cut him, and it's that easy. I basically added him as a free agent.
So at the same time, he has value. At the same time, he doesn't.
Yeah, depends on the team you're offering a trade up to. If you have him on your squad, that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.